Hey guys, Shane, Garage of Constant Sorrow. It's time for an oil change on the S10 Blazer, 98. It's got the 4.3. It's a beast. Anyway, I I've been meaning to change the oil in this thing for a while, and I knew I didn't have a lot of miles on the truck, but I didn't really remember when the last time, the date that I changed it last, and I just checked my trusty little book here. This is the book that I got. Well, it's backwards, but it's a little notebook that the person I bought the truck from, he got it from his grandfather. And this notebook was in the glove box. And I didn't know this when I bought it, but it was in such good shape. I did buy it. But after I bought it, I realized how good use your words, Shane.
What word should I use?
How good the old man was with his maintenance. I mean, he wrote down everything from day one in this book.
Ferris Bueller, you're my hero.
And, date, miles, what shop you brought it to, what services were done, a lot of times what brand of parts and fluids were used. So this guy was thorough. So I've tried to maintain that level of integrity when it comes to keeping track of what I've done to it. Oh yeah, look, I just noticed that car just went by and made some noise, but I got a new microphone and I'm testing it out first time, see if it works. So it's got this foam thingy on it, and it came with one of those fuzzy thingies.
Red thingy moving toward the green thingy.
I don't know what you call those things. That's supposed to dampen any like wind noise. So I'm gonna try this one out first because it was already on there. And if it doesn't seem to do very good, then we'll try the fuzzy thingy. All right, so we're just doing an oil change right now.
Check your oil.
Like I said, it's been a while. I checked the miles just a little while ago, and I've only got about 4,000 miles, I think, on this oil. I use full synthetic, and I have for a long time. So 4,000 miles isn't a lot for synthetic oil. But I looked at the date of the last oil change I had in the book. I don't know if I forgot to write one down, but that date is embarrassingly long ago. So ashamed.
I'm ashamed.
Anyway, we're making it all better today. After this, we got to do the plugs, wires, cap, and rotor. So that'll be later, some other time. All right, let's get to it. All right, something else I'm embarrassed about. I've let this go way too long. These oil cooler lines are leaking. They have been for a long time, but they're getting worse. Whoops, sorry. You can see that drip hanging on right there. Of course, that looks like it might have some coolant mixed in with it. I don't know, maybe it's leaking up there too. Let's see, what can we see here? Where's my camera? Yeah, maybe. So we'll have to do that pretty soon. I always thought that the front, the front seal was leaking, but I don't believe it is. I think it's maybe the whole timing cover, because the seal looks pretty dry right there. Oh, right there. Sorry. Anyway, it's nasty under here. So there's your drain bolt and oil filter, handily right next to each other, and more yucky wetness. All right, let's get at it. All right, I'm gonna try and keep myself in frame here. I've got it flipped around where I gotta look at the screen from the other side. But I don't know if I've ever shown you guys this. This thing's pretty cool. My friend Darren gave this to me a long time ago. And I had it in my toolbox forever, never used it. But it's great for being a mobile mechanic doing oil changes. You grab this one wrench, and probably 95% of the time, well, it always has the right size, because you can see it's got pretty big ones and pretty small ones. Goes down to 12, I believe, right there, and up to 18, 19. But sometimes you'll have an interference problem, rarely. But this is the coolest thing, because I can just grab this and know that I'll have the size on there. So, what size do we have? Oh, first guess. Oh wait, was that the right guess? I don't know. Yeah. Righty tighty, lefty loosey, Shane.
Now let's see. Righty tighty, lefty loosey.
All right. We get our handy dandy little bolt taker outer thing. So we can spin it off to the side. Oh, wait, make sure we're right about there. And not get our hands all nasty and dirty. Oh, there we go. Lost a little early. Son of a... Oh yeah, my microphone. I forgot. I don't have to worry if you can hear me anymore, because I got my microphone on. Yeah, it's pretty black. But this is that thing you can see. It sits, I don't know if you can see that. Sits on the flat of the nut and turns it. Now, if somebody put one in wrong, stripped it out or cross-threaded it or something, it doesn't work very well. But I found, I think I only had one time when I needed to use the wrench all the way and get my hands dirty. Try and keep it clean. Cleanliness is next to godliness. Ooh, this is so nasty. Oh, shit.
Language.
Sorry. God dang it. All right. Well, you saw me screw that up. Why didn't you tell me something? All right. Now I got more cleanup to do. Got a little sidetracked with my OCD about the bolt. I like to have clean bolts, clean nuts. Ha ha. These nuts.
Hot salty nuts. Who wants?
Yeah, that was nasty. A lot of cleanup right there. Okay. Anyway, all right, we're gonna let that drain for a second. Come back and see you. All right, and we got our trusty oil filter removal tool. I like this one. I've tried several others, and I like the universal ones because I don't have to because they have those cup style that fit right on each filter, but you have to get the right size. So just a little clean off there. So I like the one size fits all, or most, because I don't have to go searching. So this one is pretty cool because it does this. So the more torque you put on it to twist it off, the tighter the fingers get on it. And it didn't come with these rubber pieces. I cut some hose and stuck it on there because just the metal fingers slipped on the filters, especially if it had any kind of grime on it. but these seem to do a little better. A little ingenious hack for you there. All right, I'm not going to show you getting up under here. Let you use your imagination. And sometimes these fingers get in the way of, oh shoot, see, it's oily and it's not grabbing. Oh, come on. Grab, dang it. Great, now this one's gonna give me problems. There we go. Ow. If the filter is too close to like the oil pan or something else, then the fingers get blocked and I have to use something else. So that's nasty. Yeah, let's let that drain for a minute. And we'll come back. All right, in the meantime, we will partially fill the oil filter, and I've heard that you really don't have to do this, but I do it anyway just in case. Oop, there we go. Good enough. Take a little of that, put it on the seal so it doesn't stick. And we're ready. Cap on. Yep, cap on there. All right, now. Oh. Light Aziz.
Aziz, light!
Much better, thank you, Aziz.
In case you don't know, that was the fifth element.
Me? Fifth element.
All right, ready to make a mess. And there it goes. Set that somewhere in there. Yeah, I don't know if you can see how dirty that is. Man, that oil is everywhere. All right, just check up in there and make sure your filter seal is not stuck to the mating surface up there. I actually had that happen once. Oddly enough, I was changing the oil in my friend Allison's car. She was Darren's girlfriend for a while, so he was there helping me do it. And so I drained the oil, pulled the filter off, and he crawls under there and screws on the new filter. So I'm like, all right, cool. So we started up, and oil is just pouring out. So shut it off, boom. So I look under there, and it's coming from the oil filter. I'm like, what the heck? So I unscrew it, and the one time, this is the only time I've ever seen it stuck to the mating surface, the block. That old one had stuck on there, so the new one, when we screwed it on, the old seal shifted, and so there was a huge gap. I'd been taught a long time ago, always check to make sure it's not stuck up there. But that's the one time that somebody else put the filter on, and so I was unaware. Of course, had to run to the store and get more oil. But we caught it quick. All right, I think it's done dripping. Take our new one. About centered right there. And don't cross thread it, please. in tight. Don't go crazy. Just snug it up. And the bolt. Still got a couple drips coming out, but we're not going to worry about that. Right there. And snug it. Just right there. Don't overdo it. By all means. All right, we're done down here. Oh, well, until we go to clean up. And then we're not. All right, up top. All right, so since we're still on the ramps there, I got my handy dandy little step stool. Got this on Amazon for just a few bucks. It's good for like 300 pounds, which of course I don't have to worry about, but in case you're looking for one, it'll hold you. This is just I think 12 inch. They make a 15 or 18 inch one. It goes higher, of course, but I usually don't need that high. So we've got the everything ready to go up here. Little trick I learned from wrenching with Kenny. Always pull your dipstick out. Always take your cap off before you start. So open the hood. First thing, pull the dipstick, take off the cap. Because if you don't have a way of getting oil in, you don't want to drain that oil out. Also the hood. First thing you do before you start is pop the hood. Make sure you can open the hood, and then do this. Make sure you can get the cap off. All right, and I use O'Reilly bulk oil, the full synthetic. So I measured it out. I used one of their jugs. So it's funny. It's marked. It's 5 gallon or 5 quart jug. It's marked 1, 2, 3, 4. No marks for 5, so I had to make my own. Of course, I measured it out first and very scientific about it all.
This is not scientific.
And we just dump this in here. Well, don't dump it in. You know. Very carefully pour it in. Of course, if I spilled any, it probably wouldn't matter. You saw the underneath of this truck, and it's pretty nasty already.
It was disgusting.
All right. Voila. Which is French for, and then I found out.
Which is French for, and then I found out.
All right. Got that. Clean it out. You don't want oil everywhere. Got us a cap. Stick in. All right. All right, we start her up. Check for oil pressure. Well, all right, we start her up. There we go. Oil pressure right there. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000, 6 1,000, 7 1,000. I always count to 10 just to make sure.
I'm going to close my eyes and count to 10.
And always hop out real quick, check, make sure you're not leaking anywhere. Good to go. Check your hood clearance so when you back up you don't hit anything. Come on. There we go. Alright. And 210, 651. All right, let that sit for a minute while we clean up our mess, and then double check the oil on the stick, and we're good to go. Flip. All right. All right, that's it. Nothing special, just me doing an oil change. Hope you got something out of it, and we'll catch you in the next one. Talk at you later. Why didn't you guys tell me I left my light underneath there? Good thing it was on.
Stupid, stupid, stupid!
Shane.